welcome to a new episode of The Brand Called You. I am Marini and I'm with Ashutosh Garg, and today we are discussing about Brand You, being honest with yourself. Understanding the way people perceive you is critical before you start building your personal brand. And one of the first things that you really need to understand is how to take feedback, right? So what are the steps of being honest with yourself, and why is it important to be honest yourself?
So, let's talk of brand you. Brand you is your personal brand.
Correct.
And the first and most important thing that we are all taught by parents is that don't lie to yourself.
Right.
I mean, we know when we are not being truthful to ourselves. We know when we are doing something wrong. We know when we are lying to someone. We know every time we know exactly what we are doing.
Correct.
If I am not honest with myself about my own brand, and if I have perceptions which are far more grandiose than what I actually am, or if I start thinking that I am capable of doing things which I'm not really capable of doing, then who am I fooling? Myself.
Right.
The rest of the world just carries on doing what they want to do.
Right.
And therefore, if you look at it from some of the big brands, from some of the iconic names, you always need a mirror who can tell you who you are. You always need somebody who's a role model.
Right.
You always need to emulate somebody. And as someone else's line is, a Zuckerberg needed a Jobs.
Right.
Bill Gates needed a Warren Buffett, and most importantly, a Nelson Mandela needed a Gandhi.
Correct.
Right? These are
Correct.
people who are iconic names, who all had ways and means to be able to emulate someone they cared for, and in their own name, they become very, very powerful brands.
Right.
So the three names I gave you, whether it is Zuckerberg or Bill Gates or Mr. Mandela, all of them were as big as their icons.
Right.
So I think it's important for us to keep on thinking through at all stages, what is our brand, not have any misconceptions about our own brand, and every time we come up with a challenge about ourselves, we should step back and say, who am I?
Right.
And if I can be honest with myself, I have the ability to be able to build much more. If I'm not, then it'll just carry on, and
Right.
one day I will fall.
Right.
So if you start thinking about yourself, and I think the most important factor in a self-evaluation is to be brutally honest with ourselves.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Most of us tend to exaggerate to ourselves.
Right.
We keep thinking that I'm able to take 10 steps, but I'm already talking of running a marathon.
Right.
I'm able to run a marathon, but I'm already saying I can fly, or do something else. I may be, in a small business, but I'm already saying that I'm a unicorn. That kind of stuff keeps
Right.
on, what happens is there's this whole concept of auto-suggestion. We keep telling ourselves, we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this. And then when we do achieve something, then we have a huge sense of disappointment
Right.
to say, I didn't achieve anything.
Okay.
Right? So, I think when you start looking at the four elements of being honest to yourself, the first one is ask for feedback.
Receiving feedback is, I think, one of the most difficult things.
Correct.
Nobody wants to listen bad about themselves, good or bad. But
Correct.
Yeah.
So, I think that is the resilience each one of us has to build in. If I am not delivering on something, or if I am not interested in doing something, or if I'm not being able to go past something, I need to be able to ask my peers or my superiors or my subordinates to say, tell me, what am I doing wrong? How do I make a change? What should I be doing? Right? And if I don't do that, then how do I get to know that my own mind is running miles ahead of my own capabilities at this point of time?
Correct.
And if I don't recognize that, then I will not be able to, at any point of time, improve myself. Right? So therefore, getting feedback is important. And whoever we are taking feedback from, it is important to be able to get honest feedback. Because first, as you said, getting feedback is very difficult. It's equally difficult to give feedback. right?
Exactly.
Because most people turn around and say, how does it matter to me?
Correct.
Why should I give feedback to someone else? Only if someone cares for me will someone give me negative feedback. Otherwise, this world is so big that someone doesn't need to give me feedback. They can carry on. Life will carry on for everybody.
Right.
So therefore, when you have the process of feedback, if someone is willing to give you feedback, then I think it is important for me to ask for clarifications, ask for more information, and then have my own goal
Right.
in being able to do whatever I can to take corrective steps for brand you or brand me, right? So that would be my first comment on ask for feedback.
Right. Okay. And also, how do you manage? You have you've spoken about this in your book as well. Managing unsolicited feedback.
Yeah.
You say that it's one of the most important things that you must listen to, because people don't usually give feedback, and when they give feedback, you should listen. So,
Correct.
so why is it so important to give? Why should I care about somebody giving me feedback when I've not even asked for it?
So remember that most customers or most individuals will don't need to bother you. They can carry on if you're not willing to accept a change. Every individual has multiple options, so they will not come to you as a brand. They will go to someone else.
Right.
Then later on, you will turn around and say that, how come I'm not getting customers? Right? So I think unsolicited feedback is very, very critical, because and people who are really great at giving unsolicited feedback are children, right? Children will just say whatever they feel like.
Exactly.
Adults will at least temper it down, but even for an adult to give feedback means that individual cares enough about the brand and is therefore willing to take the steps needed to give feedback.
Right.
Easy option is walk away.
Correct.
More difficult option is I care for you and therefore here is feedback for you.
Right.
Now, I as the recipient of the feedback can either ignore it,
Right.
which you have a right to say, and get upset with the individual. Who the hell are you to ask me this, tell me this? And the other option is that, thank you very much for letting me know. I will review it, and if there is merit, I will make a change.
Right.
So therefore, unsolicited feedback is very, very valuable, at least from my perspective.
Right. And you also speak about receiving feedback through a third party, let's say somebody you trust. Now, how does that work?
So what happens is that very often in an organization, people do not like to give feedback directly to the boss.
Okay.
Because people are scared, if I ask someone feedback, that individual will be worried, oh, this guy is my boss. How do I tell him or her that, he or she is making a big mistake?
Right.
That is the time when, and as I said earlier, and I've said it several times, that we know internally in ourselves what we are doing right or what we are doing wrong, what is affecting us as a brand, what is not affecting us as a brand. So if we recognize that and we want feedback, then I think what is important is to maybe ask someone you trust to reach out to someone else and say, hey, listen, what do you think about me as an individual? Get the feedback and let that person come and give it back to me. Because if I'm all the time being told that I'm the greatest in the company and there is nobody like me, and there is, this company is only doing, or this business is only doing well because of you, and then I've seen many bosses love this adulation, that, oh, you're the greatest and without you this thing will not happen, and only because of you this company is standing on its feet, etc. Inside I may feel good, but in heart of heart I know that there are weaknesses, there are challenges, and I can only correct that if someone gives me feedback.
And you also speak about so I understand how receiving feedback through a third party works, but you also speak about having a 360 review done. Now, a 360 review from somebody who is actually sitting at the top, how does that work? And firstly, what is a 360-degree review?
So a 360-degree review is a very common practice in large companies, and I encourage every company to do that, or every individual to do that. because 360 is, everyone around you,
Correct.
superiors, subordinates, peers, right? Other stakeholders.
Right.
It is a scientific process. You can ask your HR head, or you can ask a specialized individual for a 360 review. What they do is that they call maybe 8 or 10 or 12 people
Right.
who are identified in consultation with you for a conversation,
Right.
right? Now,
Is it a one-to-one conversation?
it's a one-to-one
Okay.
conversation with each,
Okay.
but you have to identify which area you want to look at. Right?
Okay.
So if you're looking at interpersonal skills, or if you're looking at work-life balance, or if you're looking at some other issues relating to your work,
Right.
right? Some people have issues with delegation. Some people have issues with, how to manage their own group of people, etc. So a 360 review is the means for a trained individual to speak to 10, 12, 14, 15, whatever number of people, get that feedback, collate it, and come and give it to you. Now, there will be some points which you will love to hear because they're good. There could be many points which are not good. And these are also looking at behavioral aspects of each individual. You are this kind of a person, you don't do this, you're giving so-and-so individual a hard time, etc. And each of these positive or negative connotations that are coming out are really affecting brand you. And if I can figure out a way
Right.
to take positive, negative feedback and correct my own persona, which is brand you, that is when I will be able to say that I am honest with myself. I am at least in a position to say, I am doing my best. I am getting feedback from everybody. I am correcting myself. And that is how I believe brand you, or brand of the individual, will start to get stronger and stronger.
And you will start becoming more honest with yourself.
Absolutely. That's most important.
Right. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to the Brand Called You podcast. Be sure to visit tbcy.in to join the conversation, access show notes, and discover fantastic bonus content. You can follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Simply search for the Brand Called You. Thank you, and see you next week.